Hello, boys and girls. You say hello to Ms. Murray. Hello, Ms. Murray. We have been talking about percussion instruments. Remember this word, percussion? And instruments that are percussion instruments are instruments that you hit to make noise. So you don't hit a guitar to make noise. Please don't hit anyone's guitar. You don't hit a trumpet. You have to hit an instrument like a drum. A drum is a percussion instrument. We remember that, our percussion instrument, the drum. And then the instrument that sort of looks like a drum, the tambourine. Remember, it has the little jingles on it, my tambourine. And we also talked about an instrument that some people have right outside their house, in the wind, because this instrument's name is the wind chime. Wind chimes can be made out of metal or glass or ceramic or plastic or wood or bamboo, and they can be small like this and they can be gigantic, and you can find them at stores all over, and some people have them in their house. So there's my wind chime, and then I brought my instruments that are so big I can't actually pick them up. So we had to come all the way over here to see these two instruments that look similar. So we remember that the long wooden bar makes the low note, and the short wooden bar makes the high note. Okay? And then we also had, this is the marimba, and we also brought the xylophone. It starts with the letter X. The difference between these two instruments is this one is made out of wood and this one is made out of metal. And the metal makes it ring like a bell. And in fact, the only way I can stop the sound is if I touch the bars. We also had a bell, and today we have a whole bunch more brand new percussion instruments. This first one I'm going to show you is from China. This is a gong. G-O-N-G, gong. Gong. It almost makes the sound of its name. This instrument's from China, and if you've ever seen the cartoon version of Mulan, this instrument is in that movie. I also brought my block of wood. It's made out of wood. It's shaped like a block. I play it like this. We know it's a percussion instrument because if I blow on it, it doesn't make any noise. So I have to hit it to make noise. That makes it a percussion instrument. The name of this instrument is the wood block, which is kind of like cheating since it's wood and it looks like a block. So its name is what it is. It's the wood block. I also brought another instrument whose name is what it is. And this looks remarkably like a triangle because the name of this instrument is the triangle. It's the shape of a triangle, and that's the name of this instrument. This instrument is made out of metal, and you'll notice it's missing a corner. That's so I can hang it on a string. Because if I hold it like this, oh, the metal doesn't get to ring. So I have to hold it by the string in order to make the triangle ring. It's a little bit like a bell. So I stop it by catching onto it. I also have an instrument that is from a tree. Kind of looks like a bad hair day. This instrument is made out of seeds off of a large tree, and we've got a whole bunch of seeds, and they've all got a little string on them, and they're all tied together so that they can make a percussion sound. It's a little bit like a maraca, except the maraca has the thing that makes the sound inside, and this has the thing that makes the sound on the outside. Now, I've brought an instrument today that I'm going to tell you a little secret. It isn't really an instrument. It didn't start out that way. In fact, on this instrument, it says right here, for use in kitchen sink. Well, you can't put an instrument in the kitchen sink. You can't put a guitar in the kitchen sink. So this started out not as an instrument. 100 years ago, what do you think this was used for? You can see this at the very beginning of the Disney film Beauty and the Beast. Belle is using this for what it used to be used for a long time ago, washing clothes. People would take their wet clothes and a bar of soap and smash their wet clothes against this and knock all the dirt out. So this is a washboard. But today we have washing machines that you don't have to use this, not as much work. Now we can use it as a percussion instrument. And you can see this instrument, a washboard, used in Zydeco music, Cajun music, and country music. I also have a piece of musical instrument that I got in Mexico. Now, this instrument started out its life as something growing in the backyard because this is food. This is a vegetable, like a squash, like a zucchini, like a pumpkin. So what someone did is they didn't eat it. They let it dry. Then they cut these 2 holes in there. They dug out all the seeds so that you can hold it like this. And then they cut little ridges in the side of the instrument. So I take my scraper It's called a güiro, G-U-I-R-O. This is my instrument from Mexico. Now this one's fancy. Someone has engraved birdies and a flower and a spider and a wolf. But could you still eat this? You could. It probably wouldn't taste very good, but it's still food. So guys, we've had an instrument that's a plate, a big metal plate hung on something. We've had an instrument made out of a wood block, an instrument, a triangle. We've had a washboard. We've had an instrument that's a whole bunch of nuts on a rope, and we've had a gourd. What does this tell us about music? Well, I hope that it tells us that music is everywhere, and music can be anything. What if you were sweeping the rug? Ch, 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 ch. What if you were wearing hard shoes and you were walking on the cement? Clunk, 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 clunk. Everything is music. Music is everywhere. I have one last instrument to show you. This is my little tic-tac drum. This drum has 2 heads and 2 little beads hanging from strings, and I rub it between my hands. And these beads fly over and they hit the head of the drum. Someone told me this is in the movie Karate Kid. I guess I didn't see that movie because I don't remember that part. So everything around you is percussion. You are a walking percussion instrument. Okay, guys, I'll see you next week. Goodbye, boys and girls. You say goodbye to Ms. Murray. Goodbye, Ms. Murray. See you next week.